Hello, Fightful faithful. Welcome to another episode of the Tuesday NXT Sour Grub Show. Kate, take it away.
Welcome to Sour Grapes indeed. It is Tuesday, November 21st. It is very close to Thanksgiving, and we are not going to tell turkeys how they finish their story, as I am vegan and we have a turkey on stream. But guys, get in your super chats, get in your humper chats. A very, very, very important cause today. Our own Lord Kev, who is always so wonderful and supportive of us, is having some medical expenses for Miss Molly, his doggo. A couple doggo situations going on there. And this is the kind of guy you guys get with Sean Ross Sapp, okay? Just so you know the type of people your $5 at Fightful Select is going to. I texted Sean this afternoon and said, hey, I'm pretty sure there's no way we can do this because we make a lot of money on Tuesdays. Sean has 40 people to pay. And I also didn't know if we'd be comfortable setting a precedent of, hey, we just do donation streams for people whenever they need help, because that a lot of people in this world do. But Lord Kev is very, very, very loyal to us. And he has probably spent as much on super chats as he is asking for being fundraised. And so I said, I doubt we can do this, but is there any way? And Sean responded and said, absolutely. And so today, your super chats and humper chats are being donated to that GoFundMe campaign. Lord Kev, always a pun master, always killing it in the chat, always so supportive of us. This is obviously a very serious show, as you can tell, looking at us, okay? And it is really wonderful on days where we get to reflect the support that you guys give us back. And I just, as I'm looking at this turkey and thinking about all the things that I'm thankful for, including my extremely serious co-hosts, I'm just very, very happy that we get to do this for Lord Kev, because he's always been so wonderful and loyal to us. So this is going toward the vet bills of Doggo Molly. I think Lord Kev is actually like literally at the animal hospital with Miss Molly as we speak. So not sure if Lord Kev's going to be able to join the chat, but it's things like this that make the SGS the best community, the best sub-community of a greater community of Fightful. You guys are incredible and amazing. So that's where all of your chats are going tonight. Obviously, Thanksgiving puns. Obviously. This is going to be a very easy show to get through, I'm sure. So looking very, very forward to all of the chaos that is on the way, as usual, of our extremely serious podcast.
Yes.
This was a pre-taped episode of NXT.
Yep.
And it showed.
It sure did. Yeah.
There was a lot of us watching people eat food today. There was a lot of us watching people eat dinner, Alex. Or
well, I mean, there was. I remember one scene. We'll definitely spend a lot of time talking about that.
Well, and Tony D.
Oh, there was that as well. I suppose that's true.
There's a lot of people eating dinner.
Yep, and then a lot of people just eating bad booking. So
yes, that is also correct. And some confusing things on the way for Wesley. So we've got a lot to get into in our usual sour style for sure today.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Along the way, Kate will ask the turkey if something was good, and
please signify for good.
There'll be a nod, and then if there's something that's bad,
and then if you don't really know or are indifferent. Oh no. Hi, Sean.
Allow me to cover up my wife's name as I get a text message from downstairs that is just a screenshot of what is on the screen right now. As I look at my hair, work well into the night selling
Yeah.
sponsorship articles and the like,
Yeah.
Sean, I said so many nice things about you right before
we were
you joined
watching
the
The
stream.
Town. It was wonderful.
Mhm.
Great movie. Ben Affleck's a great director.
Yeah.
But I'm up here
Mm-hmm.
making sure nobody gets, their salaries cut in 2024. Just doing everything that I can.
Not gonna happen.
Would you stop wagging the goddamn turkey?
I gotta live the gimmick, Sean.
It's not so much a choice, man. I said so many nice things about you a minute ago. Where were you for that? I said how great you were about the Lord Kev situation. I put you over so hard, and then you come on to yell at us while we're being fun.
I have spoken sometimes in a denigrating manner about the place in which I used to live. It was a middle of nowhere town.
Yeah.
It's my town, but whatever.
Right.
Town of like 200. Terrible house. Didn't like it. Finally got out of there last year. Our neighbor had a turkey.
Oh.
We were not on a farm.
No.
It got loose one time, and I watched my neighbor and my wife chase this turkey to try to catch it.
It ain't gonna happen.
They're very large.
They're very large.
They're
really
huge.
Huge.
I just kind of felt bad for the turkey. He was in a cage all day.
Yeah.
Did they catch it?
They got it.
My
They got
gosh. Was it your wife or your neighbor?
I got bored. It
I
wasn't
wouldn't-
that entertaining. If it was
I
like an
wouldn't blame
emu
money
or
on your
an
wife.
ostrich or something,
No,
then
yeah.
that's something I would have
If
watched.
it was a bird, I could watch somebody ride.
Now
That's
listen,
right.
listen. When you get to a certain stage in life, like me, you're not eating. You're not eating the $2 steaks. You're eating the more expensive stuff. So
Wow.
I can't be expected to watch a turkey run.
No.
Like
No.
I'm into the fast birds. That's I don't watch high school football. I watch NFL football.
I was thinking of your wife, Sean.
Well, I mean, not talking about that. I meant the turkey.
Mm.
Well, I'm saying I would put money down that your wife could catch a turkey.
Nah, I don't.
Legit.
Not me.
No.
You know what? If the turkey squared up on her, she could throw a pretty filthy liver kick. That much I know.
Let's go.
Like
I pay for that.
She can throw down. Like she can fight.
Right
but,
in the
like,
giblets.
she could beat up a turkey. Absolutely.
Yeah.
She could, teach the turkey second grade math,
Mhm.
perhaps. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I feel like your wife versus the turkey will be a Triller main event in no time. Remember
Probably.
when Triller was doing all those?
Definitely.
Man.
Probably. She
Hey, well,
goes-
since you're here,
Well, she said she did say a ton of great things. LOL. And the turkey is great. So apparently she watches your show more than I do.
does she want to pull audio after? That would be great.
No, that ain't happening. That ain't happening.
Dang.
Oh,
Well,
here we
I
go.
am very thankful for you and for our wonderful SGS community for already meeting Lord Kev's goal, but they've got another $3,000 of like a real goal. So we're gonna keep pushing down the mountain with our extremely serious review show as always.
Yeah.
So
Sean,
while
what
I'm
are you
here, I'll plug
thankful for today?
I'll plug Fightful Select. Got some
do
AEW
that.
injury news updates coming this week. Probably several of them, honestly. Probably some contract updates. Today I had the latest on Hammerstone and MLW. What a weird situation that is, because a lot of people were like, oh, it's a work. No, it wasn't a work. Like he's seriously, it's kind of like interesting how they did it. He asked for his release. They weren't going to get it. Then when we published our story, they got back in touch. They said, hey, you can get your release if you work this angle, which, you know what? Got to say, pretty good idea. Have him finish him up with the company, get him out of his deal early. Makes a lot of sense. Also, World Titan Federation is objectively a hilarious name for a stable of WWF-looking wrestlers.
Fantastic.
And
WTF?
calling them WTF is phenomenal.
Excellent.
Yep.
Top merch seller in the company already, I'm told. But yeah, we'll have that. I'm going to do some sort of Q&A this week, but I've also got the CM Punk FAQ dropping on
Ooh,
Friday.
That'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be that hot shit, as the kids say.
Won't it be great that no matter what happens on Saturday, you'll still get blamed for it?
I will get blamed for it no matter what. No matter what, man.
I have a frequently asked question. Is he gonna be at Survivor Series?
If CM Punk shows up at Survivor Series, takes the mic, says Sean Ross Sapp was right, they called me at 3 this afternoon, there will still be people that say that I'm wrong.
It's true.
Mhm.
And you still will be nerd Mark.
God damn it.
I'm just saying internet things.
What do you think the odds are that Jimmy actually does our show tomorrow?
Ooh.
About as high as CM Punk showing up at Survivor Series.
Yeah, just about that.
What is the
Like
Canadian?
it's not happening, but maybe.
Is
maybe
is there a Canadian holiday this week? I know they did Thanksgiving before this, but
Yeah, that's back in October.
It's
Yeah.
back. It's Boxing Day giving.
Mhm.
Boxing Day is the 26th, I believe.
It's Boxing Day giving, Sean.
Okay. I'm sure they'll think of something. Like
Yeah.
Canada is just like American banks. They're like, it's National Chocolate Cake Day. Time to close. Like any excuse that they have to not open a bank, they're like, it's, you know what? 9 to 4 is too much.
Yep.
It's where we are. Look at Julie Cutler here.
Julie. Happy
Look at her.
Thanksgiving, Julie.
Happy Thanksgiving. Hope she's not secretly Canadian.
Why?
Yeah,
Why are you hoping?
I just trashed Canada. I actually miss Canada an awful lot.
I was gonna
but
say you love Toronto. You put it over. all the
I
time.
miss it so much. So Patchy Rick says, what if Punk shows up in the crowd like Enzo that one time? I thought about this, and that now looking back was hilarious of him to do.
Yes.
Very, very funny. But you know what? I feel like CM Punk knows that if he were to do that, that would ruin any real possibility of him coming back. Meanwhile, now I don't think it's likely for Survivor Series, but I think it's possible that eventually, the stuff happened. Because here's a conversation I had with somebody in WWE. He showed up at that Raw.
Mhm.
Probably should have asked first, but he made amends with The Miz. He was very clearly on good terms with Tamina. He tried to make amends, at least shake hands with Triple H, and was asked to leave. However, since then, there was the blowing off of the collision shoot and the WBD stuff. There's kicking Christopher Daniels and Nemeth out. There's getting into a fist fight, all that stuff. So I'm like, had none of that stuff happened and there was just, maybe some other split with AEW, I feel like you could have, if you were WWE, say, well, look, I mean, he made these efforts, these inroads.
Yeah.
But that's not the way it happened.
I'm not just saying this because he's one of my favorite in-ring performers, and New Japan's been my favorite promotion this year. I wonder if there was somewhere for CM Punk to come back to wrestling, maybe not a weekly episodic format would be the way to go. And he does seem to have a little bit more of a reverence for Kojima, not just lariats.
Yeah.
And that the way that they go about things. So that I feel like would be a fit. TNA apparently was going to shell out for Will Ospreay, so God bless them if they're going to try and do the same with Punker, but
they absolutely want Punk. Like, why the hell wouldn't they? First off,
Sure.
But I feel like if CM Punk, first off, he can call his own shots between New Japan and TNA. I think if he were to say, because I know that there are some people in the company that are making like $250 as one of the higher end deals in TNA. And that's working every day. He could get more than that to work less dates. And then I don't know what.
Like once a month.
Exactly. They tape like once a month. He likes to work. He very clearly likes to work. He can also help them with whatever they need. Do it for a year. Work New Japan for a year. Rocky Romero himself said, I would love to have him. I will talk it over with Tony. But if you factor in TNA, New Japan, and then the insane amount of merch that he sells at all times, the guy's going to be in 7 figures for sure doing that. Now, is it going to be the incredible amount that AEW is paying him that I might reveal at some point? No. But you know what? The way that somebody that was a buddy of his told me is, well, X amount of dollars that AEW paid him lasts a long time if you're CM Punk. So, yeah.
I think he's probably just fine financially. I didn't want to pull this up.
After the last 2 years, yes. Because, I mean, like, Tony is very adamant about paying talent while they're hurt, too. So, Punk made a lot of money in 2 years.
He did all right.
Yeah.
And he made them a lot of money. It didn't work out the way anybody wanted to, but financially, some good stuff there. I just wanted to call this out. The fella for who our chats are going to tonight said, still at the ER vet, but Molly is getting figured out. Just jumping in to say hi and also tried to say as a heartfelt thank you as I can with my limited vocabulary. I truly do love all of you. Thank you. You're one of the most supportive people on every Tuesday on so many shows. It's the most rewarding thing that we get to do here is stuff like that, is to be able to reflect back the support that you give us. Mild pancreatitis, so a lot of meds and a new diet and another $600 to the wonderful folks at the vet's office. That's wonderful. That's a much happier ending than can be in these situations as I experienced last year. So that is wonderful, wonderful news. Yay for Molly. Very thankful for that already. The vet bills keep collecting those, so please keep sending in your chats, especially while Sean's here. Ask him your questions.
Yeah, I'm here for a few minutes until my wife is ready to resume watching The Town with Ben Affleck.
You're really putting over The Town today. I don't even want to talk about wrestling.
I saw it on Paramount. They don't pay us anything, but and I was like, you know what? We're watching this. We're getting in the Christmas spirit. Julie Cutlets, Sean Ross Sauce, Alex Patatowski. Okay.
Nice.
We're doing Thanksgiving puns tonight, Sean.
That's the way it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wish I would have thought of some.
You can.
We got a lot of good ones so far.
For the next 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like me, you think of them at like 3 a.m, and you're like, curses.
So, have I ever told you guys about some of the things that I do at like 3 or 4 a.m?
No, and you should probably say that from behind the paywall.
So, my entire life I've been extremely straight edge, except for a few years ago I started to smoke a little weed to get to sleep. I don't smoke it at any other time besides going to sleep, but sometimes that results in me getting high and waking up and writing things in my notes app that I think are good ideas.
Okay, I do know that you have a notes app, and it's one notes app, and it has all of your ideas about everything. That's the one thing I remember you saying.
It sure does. It sure does. I wrote an idea for a skit about a superhero whose only superpower is that he pisses a lot.
So a superhero power is a small bladder?
Superhero who can just piss a lot. That's it. That was one of the ideas that I thought was really, really good at 5 a.m, and it was not. And the thing is, I never delete them because I feel like at some point
they're going to come back around.
They're going to come back around and something's going to get unlocked in my brain. And I'm going to be like, no, this is why I thought it was a good idea. Yeah. That's why
you're gonna hold on to superhero pissman.
This is why I wanted to write a skit about the Riddler trying to think of other punctuation logos he could have used. That's why I thought that was a good idea. That's why I thought that I wanted to do a skit where Nick Cannon from Drumline was actually a war drummer, apparently.
Oh, wow.
You have a lot of skits going on in your brain.
Oh, I got a whole lot of them. Let's see if I can find another one. For some reason, I wrote down one about dogs walking humans instead of humans walking dogs. I wrote one down about...
I didn't know our show could get any weirder, but here we are.
I wrote one about what shoe commercials would be like in the Bible.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
What would they be like?
I don't know. I wrote down a line that said, that girl looked like she definitely played softball at some point. Not sure what that was even about. I actually sent this one to Danhausen. And he said that he loved it. It was a movie, an animated movie, where they ran out of budget and the only voice actor they could hire was Danhausen to do everything.
I like that.
So he played every role.
He was the Bugs Bunny of that entire thing.
I'm ashamed of this.
Probably should be. Go ahead.
Bathman and Robin.
See, now that's the kind of thing that fits right here on Tuesday
great.
nights, though.
Yeah,
That's excellent.
I'm very ashamed about that.
Mm-mm.
I thought these were really good ideas at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely got one about how the woman, and this is just one I sincerely feel.
Right.
Brenda Fricker, Home Alone 2. Great actress, right?
Fantastic.
Pigeon Poop Lady.
Yep.
She should have been really mad at the end of that movie. Because this little shit comes up to her after seeing where she lives, seeing all the pigeons. She saved his life.
Yes.
And he doesn't bring her a sandwich, a soup, a meal. He brings her turtle doves. That's what he brings her. Meanwhile, his father audibly shouts, "You charge $967 in room service," so you know he had food.
Mm-hmm.
She should have knocked him cold. There's no reason. No reason. Yeah, I thought these were great ideas. I really did.
Well, keep at them. I'm sure one of them's going to be a winner someday. You're going to have the sketch of a lifetime on your hands.
We'll do a Fightful skit show one day. I'm sure it'll be awesome. Alex will have a cape and just be pissing all over the place. See you guys later.
He came out to yell at us about you having a turkey hat and you're pitching piss.
And these are $1 million ideas right here.
Okay.
That's what these are.
Well, as I'm looking at the super chats pouring in, I'm sure they're because of our turkey head.
Of course. Yeah. Surely these are not about puns. Oh, look at this. I got one. Hey, Sean, how does Judgment Day helping Drew win the title off Seth, then turning on him so Priest can cash in on Drew sound? Well, listen, I don't know what turns Drew on. I can't speak to that.
No.
So I can't say. But I am interested in how they book Drew heading into what likely is his possible contract expiration, because this is the most interesting Drew McIntyre has been to me in a very, very long time.
True.
And I really like, at least under Triple H's WWE, that there is cause to look at Jey Uso going like, I don't know how I feel about this Randy Orton business. And then even when Judgment Day does some things, Drew is like, I don't know how I feel about that. I like that you're actually seeing some of the layers of the characters in their reactions. So Drew going full on Judgment Day, can't beat him, join him. I'd be okay with that. But I don't know. I fully believe that Priest can stand on his own, but I think Judgment Day's, pretty
Drew
hot right
Priest
now.
Don't get along.
What is it?
Drew and Priest don't get along because Priest is like the leader and Drew's like, nah. They have a match over the briefcase. Drew wins.
Yeah.
Drew's champion. Sami Zayn beats Drew. Boom.
Yeah.
That's my move.
Here's my last idea. Hobo Cop.
For someone who comes on here and yells at us about the puns, he is so full of it because his high little brain at 3-4 in the morning is not.
Hobo Cop is inspired though. I would absolutely.
I don't even have a problem with the puns. I have a problem with the hypocrisy behind Sean Ross Sapp. But you know what? Since we're here, question for Sean. Sean doesn't know anything about New Japan. I got this. Think any New Japan guys are in the tournament since it involves the strong title. Whew. I mean, Gabe Kidd should be now because he had a title shot against Eddie Kingston lined up. So I would hope Gabe Kidd would be. I think maybe I feel like Zack Sabre Jr. just makes sense. Oh, great.
Listen, they called me for an encore.
He's back.
Think any New Japan guys are in the tournament since it involves the strong title?
Gabe Kidd should be because he had a title shot set up.
Okay, so somebody asked me this past week, they're like, who do you think is the next Osprey? Kind of like Switchblade, kind of like AJ, kind of like Omega, any number of those people who breaks through to an American audience. And Gabe Kidd, I've thought was that a long time ago. I know he had breaks for some mental health reasons, but man, I did an interview with him years ago, and he got it to such an extreme degree that I was just like, it's going to be him. Like, it's so very clearly going to be him. I think it was like 2 years ago.
He or ELP, I think. ELP's got that.
Yeah, ELP's got that as well. ELP's really good. Yeah, as I look at it, it was like February 2022, he and I did an interview, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy gets it. He worked so many people into getting mad at him. Gabe Kidd is one of them. Phantasmo is another one. Yeah, and Gabe is in World Tag League, so no. See ya.
Bye.
I will say I hope nobody from anywhere other than AEW is in the tournament because it's an AEW tournament, and that's what I want.
Yeah, I would say pull from the ROH side before you pull from the strong side, and then you have strong. Because strong is an interesting sub brand too. Like, it's not a lot of New Japan proper. World Tag League going on right now does take a lot of that talent out of there. But yeah, we will see.
Okay. So we should probably start our show because we're 26 minutes in. So
guys, get in your super chats, get in your humper chats.
Meet Normus says this is for Lord Kev and the pups. Thursday, I'm having a lot of Shinsuke Naka mac and cheese. Jambeard says Canada also does the Black Friday stuff. So
there you go. Yeah, no, Jimmy's not coming to work tomorrow.
Ian Riccaboni says, Sean, your character should combine as Pee-wee and Hobocop. Meet Norma says, here's a small sack of monies for Lord Kev and the fur babies. May Gabagool be with his family and the SGS. Turkey neck strong on Thanksgiving, y'all.
Sadly, no. Sadly, it goes the opposite way.
Paul Elizabeth says, thankful for Team Kalex, the SGS, and yes, JW Pringle. Also, hey, while you're getting your puns in, get in what you're thankful for about. I mean, I was gonna say about NXT, but there's nothing to be thankful for about NXT.
About wrestling, about our
wrestling,
community,
about us,
about me.
Say how thankful you are for us, how great we are.
But yeah, I'm thankful for you guys. You're cool or whatever.
Taylor Cannon says, happy Thanksgiving to the SGS. I'm thankful for you all, especially Team Kalex, for creating the amazing community of humans. You are all so great. Everybody in the SGS is great. We're just the facilitators of such a thing. That's all. That's the way I look at it.
But we're pretty great.
We're the greatest, obviously.
We're the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
We're the goat.
We're
the goat turkeys.
By this.
If there's anything I love, it's the idea of a wrestling podcaster with a fucking ego.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, what we do is so important.
It's so important and it's so hard to do. Jader Pringle says, Alex, Kate, Papa Paul, Elizabeth, and all the SGS, we must ask an important question. What happened to the turkey that got in the fight? He got the stuffing knocked out of him.
Hey!
Keep cool, gobble ghouls.
Oh.
That's good stuff.
That's really good.
Albert Pont says, as a proud cat dad, I will gladly support any fur babies in need of care. And finding out Vaughn had twins was my bright spot tonight. Geez, what an episode. I'm not entertaining any of that crap. I'm seriously not entertaining any of that. Vaughn is the secret dad of Robert Stone's children. I'm not entertaining any of it. You can get the hell out with that stuff. There's enough things wrong with that scenelet without putting in random infidelities in there. We're not doing it. I'm putting a kibosh on it.
With the tonality of that with a turkey on your head.
I'm not entertaining any of this.
No.
We will not be entertaining any of this. Orion Ben says, happy Family Day weekend to all, extending hugs and well wishes to those that lost family and friends over the past year. Let's have a good night punning. Yes, let's have a good night.
Let's have a good night punning.
Bizarro Big L says, do your part and eat turkey. These bastards are roving around, ruining lawns and getting hit by cars in my area. In honor of Canada getting fired, it's pizza time. And Jambeard, you madman, you're going to make me do one as well. It's all for the love of doggos.
For real.
Jambeard's setting in some crazy jukeboxes for tonight. ENR says his first super chat of the day is straight up just for Lord Kev's fur babies.
Oh, Ian Riccaboni, what a gem.
And Ryan Ben 666 says, I swear to God, I thought turkeys could fly. That's a line from WKRP in Cincinnati. So
there you go.
Which of course has the fantastic episode where turkeys are dropped out of a helicopter. Live turkeys. Well, they're not live for much longer.
Well,
So let's get one giant thing of turkey puns because Bizarro Big L sent in all kind of crazy ones.
okay, we're gonna clear the first batch of turkey puns,
Okay,
and then we're gonna start the show.
and then we're going to start the show. Bizarro Big L says Adam Coleslaw,
That's very good.
Corey Gravy,
Excellent.
Evan Corn, Chelsea
Evan Air
Green
Corn.
Bean Casserole,
We have an air corn.
Butterball Mike Bailey, Yam Yam Yigolo,
Oh, well done.
CM Pumpkin Pie,
Oh,
Shucky Turducky Quack Quack,
turkey's really good.
Artichoke Slam,
That's really good too.
Double Vest in the Cheese, House of Black Friday, and of course, Turkey Team 2000.
You guys, straight to my heart. Somebody called them Techer Team 2000 on Twitter, and it made my heart explode.
Jambeard says Shane's mashed potato punches.
Very nice.
Sylvester Turkey. Soul Slaw Salad. Like what's their next name? Soul Ruka? There we go. Joe Gravy. Cranberry haze sauce. Tater Paxley. Electric Mayhem says Pretty Pilgrim Avalon. Shane Based. Claudio Cornucopia. Turducken Team 2000.
Turducken Team 2000. Shane Based is really good. Deep cut for my
Infamous.
TMDK guys.
Trinfamous says Honey Ham Helmsley. Greg Cherry Brand says Kevin Mashed Potatoes.
Very nice.
Justin Holcomb says Turkey Leg Drop. Orion Ben 666 says Cranberry Horowitz and Iron Mike Sharp Knives. Lieutenant Photo says after all that turkey, I swerve when I drive. I swerve when I drive.
I'm gonna need the turkey to swerve when he drives real quick with the hand motions, please.
Swerve when I drive, and I swerve when I drive, and I swerve when I drive, and I swerve.
We're the best.
Truthfulness says Dr. Britt Bigtam, DMD. Oh, wait, hold on. MD Spooko says Big Turk E.
Oh, very good.
Ian Riccaboni says Turkey Team 2000. JW Pringle says the corn accountant. And that's where we'll leave off and come back in. Later.
We also just take a moment to reflect on the fact that Sean's wife watches the show more than Sean.
Yeah,
God bless
isn't
her.
that great? Isn't that nice?
I knew I liked her better.
She knows real entertainment when she sees it.
She does. She's like, my husband is just weird and high at 3 or 4 in the morning. I gotta tune into the real comedians.
Well, normally he's been like going to the gym every Tuesday while we're doing the show. So she's sitting there at home alone,
Just like
watching us and realizing, this is the real entertainment right here.
there it is. He's like,
This is the real sports entertainment.
he hires better than
Yeah.
he podcasts for sure.
Jambeard. No, it's not. Wait. Oh, here we go. So, Orion Ben 666 says, "Horrible baking kid." And then asks, seriously, what was this tonight? Well, the first thing starts out with, we're starting off the night with the NXT Heritage Cup.
It started so good.
With everybody still in the ring. Noam Dar versus Chad Gable ends up a 1-1 tie. I don't know if this means we're getting a rematch at deadline or what. I am officially done with Noam Dar. Done. You cannot keep the titles, a cup that has specific rules for it, and have the guy break the rules literally every time and expect me to believe that the authority figure who is running this shit does not take aside the referees who will be reffing his matches and tell them this guy cheats in a kind of match where cheating costs you the title. And you better be on the lookout. You know what we're going to do, actually? We're going to have 3 referees around the ring. One of them in the ring, 3 referees around the ring. And if he cheats again, he loses the title. I am done with the cheating. You love rules. I know this must eat at you the way it does me. I don't even care for rules. I think that a guy like this, in a rules-based division, can be the champion for a bit. It's been too long. Let's get somebody in there soon who actually has respect for the goddamn rules.
Well, first of all, that's fine. We never wanted to do in the Meta 5 anyway. That's fine by me. No, that's kind of the whole beauty of the Heritage Cup, is that I felt like we're not supposed to get things like this. I did kind of like a little bit the fact that Chad Gable, like in the same way that the IC title seems out of reach, like this was kind of just out of reach. Like it felt like there's a continuation of his story arc in this, which I appreciated. And I also think they did an okay job with that with Xia Li beforehand. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is kind of the inherent issue of the way that they book every stable the same and have so many distraction finishes is inherently juxtaposed to what the Heritage Cup is supposed to be. Like, it feels like this was supposed to be a prestigious thing where you're getting more clean finishes and that it is competitive and that it's supposed to be something that's like a more honorable device. But they just book every stable to do the same shit like over and over and over again.
Well, isn't it there's a rule in the Pure Rules division in ROH? If anyone interferes in the match, that person is immediately terminated.
Yeah. And
do that. I would love to see Lash Legend fired. That would be great. She could go and she could be an all-star in the WNBA tomorrow. She'd be way better at that than she is at this.
Not calling for people's jobs, but she would at least not be getting harassed by Otis, which is
we'll talk about that
extremely
in a second.
disturbing.
I got some serious shit to say about that stuff.
Yeah, it's everything that they do right with Gunther on the main roster, they don't do right here. Of like that Gunther has lackeys, but they don't interfere in his matches hardly ever. Like that's what the metaphor should be, because they all have
Dar
like
is a brilliant wrestler who relies exclusively on cheap tactics to win matches when he could probably just beat people. That infuriates me. Just period. As a rule, I hate it. But like he is consistently doing the same thing after if a bell rings. You are the referee. You pick up Noam Dar and put him in his corner because he's obviously going to try and sneak in a shot after the bell rings because he does it in every match. It's getting old. I wouldn't mind it if they ran different playbooks with him cheating. It's the same exact tactics and nobody's punishing him for it. Nobody goes back and watches the film of the previous match. Nobody's in charge of anything.
I have to ask our turkey friend, do we like it when referees get buried and there's no authority figures around to enforce anything? No, we really don't. No, we don't. Do we think that Noam Dar is better than this? Do we think he's a better wrestler than resorting to these tactics? Yeah, that's what I meant. So, yeah, it's definitely frustrating. Especially, it gets more frustrating when you have two world-class wrestlers like Chad Gable and Noam Dar too. Like, it's frustrating in general, but when you have two people that you just want to see have a good, clean match, that gets all the more frustrating because you're like, well, that would be a classic if they just let them go off. Like, let Chad Gable and Noam Dar go off, please. So that part's frustrating. I do think they're trying to leave the door open for a rematch. Hopefully on the rematch, they enforce any rules.
That'd be nice.
Ever at any point.
Well, they'll probably also have Otis versus Oro Mensah with Jade. Not Jade. What's her name? Lyra, Lash on a pole match.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't they?
After the match, Lash shoves down Maxine Dupree. I'm sorry. I thought she was the greatest wrestler in the world after last night. Isn't that Michael Cole told me? Shouldn't she be able to like counter that thing into like a drop toe hold and then put her in the cattle mutilation like that? I'm sorry. That was what Michael Cole told me last night. I don't know what's going on. But then Oro Mensah tries to push Otis and can't do it, and he gets run over, and then Otis gyrates his hips at Lash Legend.
Which she does not want to be happening.
And falls into the arms of Otis, who like licks his lips and goes, "Ooh, yeah." And Vic Joseph goes, I think Otis just found his +1 for the Thanksgiving party. No, Lash. I mean, I'm sorry. Even whether or not she's a heel, no means no. She obviously doesn't want anything to do with Otis. Otis is supposed to be a face. Behavior is like I don't get it. I don't get why we're cheering this on.
I don't get why we're cheering.
It's because in the eyes of the 60-year-old men backstage, threatening sexual assault is fine if it's a fat guy doing it to a heel girl.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, and like, oh, well, he's funny, so that makes this funny is not a thing. Like, it's not. It's been a couple weeks now. Knock it off. Baby faces shouldn't be sexually harassing women. No, that's just not like a thing we need ever.
Jason Blair says Alex versus Shawn Michaels at Mania NXT on a pole match. I think I got him. All I got to do is like just keep walking around in circles, and he'll have trouble finding me. He won't be able to like follow me with the one eye.
I think if the turkey's in your corner, he doesn't stand a chance.
No, because he'll cheat on my behalf.
Yeah. Will he?
Probably. We get
for an answer from him.
Will the turkey?
Yeah. Thank you.
So the family's gonna have a celebration. They're having a pasta party. They walk in through the back door of this restaurant, and Tony D threatens to smack a dude with a spoon unless the mozzarella is fresh, which feels, I don't know. It's fine. It's hosted by Big Ange. We love Big Ange.
I'm obsessed with Big Ange.
Big Ange is great. I want to see her wrestling. I want, but why isn't she in the Iron Survivor match? Let's get her in the Iron Survivor match. It'd be great.
Oh my God! With all these promos about how she knows how to survive, if anyone knows how to be a survivor, it's me.
She's always gonna be Big Ange. We're never going to refer to her as anything else. I don't care what they change her name to. She's Big Ange forever.
She's Big Ange. Yeah.
Jambeard saying that HBK books his faces like they're the good guys in an 80s raunchy comedy. That doesn't stand up to the test of time. It does not.
That is correct. It's also just like a weird position to put Otis and Lash in, like as performers. Like, don't do that. It's gross and weird.
So there are 2 title matches tonight. Count them. 1, 2. According to what they showed us tonight, The plan was to have them be back-to-back to start the episode.
Yeah.
We were going to get Lyra Valkyria versus Xia Li to start to be the not the match in the at the turning point of the hour, not as the hours switched to from hour 1 to hour 2, just the second match on the card.
Correct.
But Xia Li attacked Lyra Valkyria, kicked her, and they had to postpone the match. She had to get some medical treatment. Thankfully, she did not have to get taken to a local medical facility, where she would then drive her own ambulance back to the in order to have the match later. Thankfully, that was not a thing, but it was still the fact that it was taped before Full Gear but aired after Full Gear makes the whole thing very funny. But they were actually ran the same basic bullshit thing of like, we're going to do, oh no, how will the champion be able to perform thing?
Well, this one was a lot better because she got kicked real hard, and we know what those kicks do to people. And it would make sense that she was in some sort of protocol before getting cleared. I also liked that with Xia Li, because we talked about how dumb it was that she lost to Becky yesterday. Her realizing she needed to level the playing field before going into a match with the person that beat Becky Lynch, I think was good. Like, it protected her a little bit before that. So I was glad that was at least retroactively.
This is why they need to have a press conference after every episode of NXT on Tuesdays, and I need to be the only one asking the questions. Explain to me, Jonathan, what was going to be the main event? Was the main event going to be Eddy Thorpe versus Charlie Dempsey?
Yeah.
I don't think it was. Like, if you decided the main event's going to be Noam Dar versus Chad Gable, right? But you were going to kick off the night with this. And then you have this thing, the opening match of the night. Lyra Valkyria says she wants Xia Li right now. And then you start the whole thing off, and she gets kicked in the head, and we go, oh crap, we're gonna move the Heritage Cup thing up. Like, you've lost me when that match, the women's championship match, isn't the main event of the night. Why it's going on second, so you can run a stupid angle where she gets kicked in the head and has to oh no, I'm definitely having this match later. You can't stop me. It's just you're manufacturing angles for the sake of having angles. Just do the match.
Can Lyra Valkyria be stopped?
Can Lyra Valkyria be stopped?
Yeah. From what you just said, it seemed like no, you don't know. Okay. I agree with you.
The turkey jury is still out.
The turkey doesn't work. I'm really curious to see, by the way, if tomorrow we get MJF saying that the whole thing was a work. Like, I never went to the hospital. I was never injured. You stupid marks have been buying into my stuff this whole time.
I don't think so. I think this is all part of some giant master plan that sucks.
I also think so, but I wonder as a retcon if they do. But I'll leave that to you and Jonathan.
Tom Valley saying for this week only, it's a yambulance.
It is definitely a yambulance. Yeah. I'm glad that they did something to make Xia Li look not stupid, though.
Sure, but not this. Not in the way that they did it.
I get your complaint. That makes plenty of sense.
I have no problem with this. This is like, we're kicking off the night with a main event on any night.
That part should have happened.
Whatever. Yeah. And then have her attack her right as soon as that starts. Do that. But
I think their response, from the business perspective, is we want to lead off with the most recognizable name in Chad Gable, right? So they think if people are flicking around and recognize Chad Gable, they'll stick around to watch the episode.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. It's a silly way to structure your episode.
And also there was another match that you could convince me could probably be the main event, but that wasn't the main event either. Like, just I don't get it. The next match that we got was Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo
Really good.
Or as Booker T calls him, Humberto Carrillo. Carrillo is what he called Carrillo.
Look, man, Luis is moderating. If there's anybody that can testify to this fact that I can't, I'm not the most fluent Spanish speaking person, it's him. But also, I know that LL makes a Y sound. Carrillo is not
Carrillo. He actually added an extra E in there. If it was Carrillo, I might let him get away with it. Carrillo.
I forget what it was on. I forget what Booker said, but Vic Joseph just goes, "Yep, that one's on the bingo card today," or whatever. He was so done last week.
That was the thing for Josh Briggs for Double Vest. And he was like,
"Oh right,
ask me what I think about the big man." What do you think about the big man? That's a big man. Put that on your bingo cards, everybody. Like it's just
he was so done last week.
He's just pounding candy at ringside because he's just too much of a dork to be like pouring straight whiskey. Like that's that if Vic Joseph should just be just drinking whiskey, trying to get through.
Especially on a double episode. Could you imagine by the main event of episode 2, he'd just be like,
yeah. So Garza and Carrillo defeat Malik Blade and Edris Enofe. And
really good match.
It was a good match. Both of Malik Blade, I'll never complain about like the athleticism. He just needs to get more of a personality. He's got a crazy awesome drop kick, but they do like a pop up into a PK as a dude's falling and you kick him in the face.
Yeah,
that was brutal, and that's how they pinned Enofe. So hey, they look really good. That won't be the last time we see them tonight. So fine, good for that.
Yeah.
I guess
Garza and Carrillo.
Garza and Carrillo. That's his name now.
The Spanish Italian duo of Carrillo and Garza. You sound like they own a funeral home when you put it that way. They're great. They're great. I like what happened in this episode later with them. I thought that was a really fun angle that is unfolding. But really refreshing to see them doing what they do best in the ring rather than being weird and text messaging each other from within the same house. This is like what they should be doing, what should have been doing all along. With the main roster tag division building up, you got to wonder like what the plan is with these guys, because they just called up the Creeds. Like, are you going to empty out your NXT division again in favor of a really, really stacked main roster tag team division? Because you should, realistically, right? But they kind of just got here in a sense. They're great. Like they've always been great. I felt like it was good they got sent back to NXT the same way Corbin was, where it was like, you're not really doing anything of substance. Why don't we like get back to the core of what you do? But like, This is the core of what they do. They're awesome. Malik and Edris looked good in this, but this was more to me like a Garza and Carrillo showcase.
It was. Backstage, we see Carmelo kind of getting into the zone in the locker room, and Trick comes over and sits next to him and says, "Hey, you had my back last week. I'll have your back this week, and then we'll both get in the ring, and may the best man win," kind of a deal. And Carmelo's like, "No, I got to do this by myself." And Trick's like, "Okay, cool. Well, good luck." I'm like, They're gonna do the thing. They're gonna do the thing. They're gonna do the thing. But then I was like, maybe they're not going to do the thing, because then they had Double Vest talking to Beej and Fallon Henley. He's like, "I got to do this myself," and they were like, "Oh, okay, well, good luck then." It's like, oh, so if they don't have Beej out there they don't have Beej out there or Fallon Henley out there to distract Carmelo Hayes. Well, then who are they going to get to distract Carmelo? Oh no! And so, what they do is. This is your most recent NXT World Champion. Not the guy who is it now, but that guy won it from. Okay? He is also in the most prominent storyline in the company. That guy's match to qualify for the #1 Contenders pay-per-view deal, that also isn't the main event.
Yes, correct.
I mean, come on. Please just do the little things that make things make sense. That's honestly one of my biggest gripes about this show is that they just don't, it doesn't make sense. We're going to talk more about a thing later that makes so little sense when you think about it for 5 seconds. I can't believe there's not one single person who has the ear of anybody in charge there who says, just please, can you make this make sense? And they don't care because they think we're too stupid to care or too apathetic to care. They are, every time they make little decisions like this of like, well, who's going to notice, whatever, then what they're saying is, you're too stupid, we don't care about you. And I hate being talked down to.
Intrigued by, because I think maybe the graphics department got that wrong, but we'll see. I really miss Lexus King looking for his keys in this, or where to put his sunglasses. Kind of did the same wrestling math that you did to see where this was going to go. Also was howling at JBL choosing Carmelo for all the obvious reasons, and then choosing Briggs because he was like, you're big and you remind me of me.
You're like, big. I've seen all the best big men in WWE history. Undertaker, Kane, me. And you're cut from that same cloth. And I'm like, oh, so JBL sees Josh Briggs, a big guy with middling talent and no discernible personality, and goes, he reminds me of me. What a big star. Let's put him in a big cowboy hat. Have him drive a giant car to the ring.
I was like, that's not a compliment to him. You're big.
I think Briggs is way better than they've allowed him to be.
Big time.
But he hasn't shown anything. He is, including tonight, he is 2-2 on NXT television in singles matches. Please, for the love of God, it's not as bad as Lash Legend, who's, as far as we can tell, never won anything.
From a booking perspective, Lash Legend.
Why are these people? When you bring in Hall of Famers to just choose people that they can think of off the top of their heads while they're doing a Zoom call, like these are the people making decisions of who's in the qualifying matches to possibly become champion, and you're picking people who don't have singles matches.
No, you're picking people literally from the tag division. But yeah, because it was Lash hadn't had a singles match since October 2022, if I recall.
Something like that, yeah.
And
she lost it too, so.
And she lost it. And Briggs is a tag team wrestler and is 2-2 in singles matches, like you said. So the booking just doesn't make sense. And it's not a thing of like, hey, they're 2-2, but they've been here for 3 months and they look like a star. It's like, no, they've been established in a tag team as something else entirely. But I agree with you in that Briggs' ceiling and what he's been given don't match at all. Like, I think there is probably something. This is barely a compliment, but I think he's going to be better than JBL someday. Like, I think he might already be, honestly.
I think he's got a lot of athleticism for a big guy. A lot of the stuff that he does is intriguing to me. Like, okay, let's spin out the cleverness of that thing of kind of like just popping up a dude on the outside, popping up a dude into the ring ropes, and when he bounces back to you, you level him with a lariat up around the collarbone.
Yeah, that stuff's really
That's
cool.
a really cool spot every time I see him do it. I'm like, okay, let's find out more of those. Just do more of those things. But here's what we don't do. And like, everyone's like, well, what would you do if you were in charge of booking a thing? I would never, not once, not ever, not in a million years, have anybody run out to the ring and jump up on the apron so that somebody can take a swing at them and they'll duck it. And that person took a swing at them, turns around and walks into a finisher. That will never, ever happen in a company that I am booking. It is stupid. It makes everyone look stupid. So when Lexus King runs out there and jumps up on the apron, and Carmelo Hayes takes a swing at him and hits him, and he falls off the apron, and he turns around, walks right into whatever the hell finisher that Double Vest has, and then he pins him. Just pins him. So Carmelo Hayes, I mean, ostensibly it's either him or Braun Breaker the biggest star in NXT of the last 2+ years, loses to a tag guy who is now 500 in 4 singles matches on television because Lexis King ran out to get punched in the face. I hate it.
Also, not that I was expecting to like trust JBL's judgment here, but look, I'm not a Von Wagner gal. It's been well established on the show. I become even less of one in about an hour here.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're picking people for Iron Survivor matches and you want to talk about big dudes, maybe take the one that you've been, for whatever reason, and I disagree with it, the one you've been shoving down our throats for the past year, who just put Braun Breaker through a table, that's the biggest thing in the whole wide world. Like, how is he not the guy for the qualifier? Or how is a singles guy not the guy for the qualifier? Unless they're splitting up Double Best of the Beach, which RIP to those nicknames, because that would break my heart.
Yeah.
Should we do more puns?
Also, he wrestled without anything covering him. He wasn't even single jerking.
No.
He wasn't. He was shirtless.
He was broad shirting.
He was zero shirt. He was zero shirt. That quite good. Let's do some more of these friggin'. Okay.
Well, hold on. Let's not be sour on the puns part.
I'm sour about everything tonight. Jesse Ozog says, I mean yam bags, right?
Yeah.
Chris Pereira says big sauce man.
That's a good one.
Shot Kid says short stuffing pile driver. Corn on the Jeff Cobb. Lexus pumpkin pie.
Very good.
And money for the doggos.
Love the money for those. Alex, hold on. We need to take a timeout.
No.
This is a part of the show.
Yeah.
With the puns. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
You have a turkey on your head.
I do.
The money of this is going toward Lord Kev.
Yes.
I understand it's a very bad episode of NXT.
Yeah, it's one of the worst.
But I really feel like we can kick it up a notch for the pun reading.
Okay,
That's all I'm saying.
Hold on.
Thank you. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was looking for. You read my mind.
Matthew Hooks, Big Casserole, and Enzo Arole. Techno Turkey 2000. Lieutenant Photo, thank you for your service. Switchblade J. Whitemeat. Lieutenant Photo, Pumpkin Piper Niven.
Very nice.
Layla Gravy. Cornucopia Thea Hall. Cornucopia Hale. Sorry. I can't read very well.
It's okay. It's okay, Turkey.
J.W. Pringle. Macho Macaroni and Cheese.
That's very good. Sorry, I'm a little...
Mayhem says green bean casserole up. The most devastating move in WWE.
It's true.
The green bean casserole up. My cousin, Jeff Cobbledygooker. True infamous, says Jeff Cobbledygooker. Lieutenant Photo says the turkey winged angel.
Turkey winged angel's very good. Shout out to Bonus Baby who says, holy S word, I just turned on and I see a turkey. I love that so much. And
hello, Bonus Baby. Tom Lavelli says turducken shamrock.
Is that a turkey or Howard Finkel? It kind of sounds like Howard Finkel and also oh my god. Paul Bearer. There you go. I know words. I think this should be the entire show too.
T-Electric Mayhem says timeless Tofurkey Storm and Mariah Mayflower.
Very good.
Orion Ben 666 says Techno Turkey Team 2000.
I love you guys for the Techno Turkey Team 2000.
Matt Gray Sky says Claudio Casseroli.
Oh, that's a really good one.
T Electric Mayhem says Yam Yam Yigolo and Turkey Yam Yam Gordy.
Very good.
William Dyson says Squash Match Casserole. Instead, Clever Tegan Knox Pun says Macaroni and Cheesegan Knox.
Very nice.
JW Pringle says money for some good doggos. Ward Lieutenant Photo says the American Nightmare, which is just dinner with your extended family. Electric Mayhem says turkey leg takedown.
That's very good.
Ricardo the Turkey Slayer. I don't like that name.
That's a tough
Ricardo
name
the
for you.
Turkey Slayer says big mashed tater. That's Big Van Vader.
Oh, very good. Took me a second.
Tom LaValle says pie blue. And Turkyle Fletcher.
Little couple. Very nice.
Chris Pereira says Plymouth Rock Bottom. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Turkey Man friend. We should name him. What should we name him?
I don't know.
We'll leave it up to SGS, but he needs a name.
Yeah, give me a good wrestler. I mean, Big Turkey is kind of good, but I'm trying to let's get a good wrestler name pun for the turkey. So later we see Josh Briggs in the break room rocking around, going, "I can't believe I'm in the Iron Survivor match." And Tiffany comes out. Tiffany goes, "Feels good to win, huh?" Anyway, see
Feels
you at
good
deadline.
to win, huh? See you at deadline.
And then
He
Beej
Who
and Tiffany and what's his Fallon. Fallon comes in and goes. Fallon goes, "What was that all about?" I need you to see my face and not the turkey. Shawn Michaels, if you run back the same exact story, but instead of the Beej and porn accountant, it's Double Vest and Tiffany Stratton, with Fallon Henley just being jealous the whole time, I am not responsible for my actions.
He will sue you. We will sue.
Do something else. Just do something else. Can't do it.
Especially because everyone knows I'm dating Ludwig Kaiser.
Just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. This is your final warning.
Sean asked and answered.
Mm-hmm.
I got that a lot as a kid. A lot of asked
and
and answered.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a really good like you're in trouble name, like Kate Elizabeth.
That's good.
It's good. I was mostly a good kid, but like, oh my god, she forgot to bring her laundry upstairs again. Kate Elizabeth. It was like one of those.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. This is the reason everyone needs to be put in jail. Because if it wasn't bad enough, like it's a cumulative thing. 3 strikes and you're out.
Okay, that's fair.
Doing this ridiculous thing where you expect me to believe your plan was to put the 2 title matches back to back to start the show, and then you run the whole Lyra got injured and we're gonna fake like it's a real injury and then do the match at the end of the show, and then you're gonna do the Carmelo Hayes not in the Iron Survivor match because he's gonna have a one-on-one match with Brian Pillman Jr. I want you to stop and think about a match between Carmelo Hayes and Brian Pillman Jr. Just think about what a match would be, and that is a thing that they are going to run instead of having Carmelo A on the main roster or B in the Iron Survivor match. Okay, so that's 2 strikes. The 3rd strike. Von Wagner at Robert Stone's condo for dinner.
This was strikes 1, 2, and 3 for me. You didn't even need the other 2 strikes for this at bat to be 3 strikes.
Von shows up and says, "Hey, I brought brownies, and they are in a Tupperware. And when you open it up, they're just Little Debbie cosmic brownies that he opened and then put in the Tupperware." But Robert Stone doesn't call this out. I think they want us to believe that Von cooked the brownies, but nobody could use the break room kitchen they've got and go down to the Publix and pick up a $1 box of Betty Crocker brownies and make them and then put them in a Tupperware. So they instead went to the Publix and got a sleeve of Little Debbie cosmic brownies, unwrapped them individually, and threw them in a Tupperware, and just expected us to be like, "Oh, those are regular brownies." Everybody who has brownies has them too. They're perfect squares with a little indentation down the middle and random little colorful candies in them.
Okay, we can't say that name anymore on air until they start giving us money, because you gave Little Debbie way too many. Specifically the Cosmic Brownie brand. Like a lot of free airtime.
Small Deborah, okay? We're going to say Small Deborah.
Tiny Deborah.
Tiny Deborah.
It's why I remember when I was calling the
Yep.
thing Slender James. It's Small Deborah. Was it Thanksgiving last year that Cora Jade had a painted plate of food? Was that a Thanksgiving gimmick?
I don't remember.
Their props department does
It leaves a lot to be desired.
leaves a lot to be desired.
So Vaughn says to Robert Stone, "Hey, is this okay? It's my best tank top." We've seen Von Wagner wear regular shirts many times, actually. You retconning it so that he only wears tank tops for this gag is an insult to everyone who has a brain in their heads. Thank you. So he goes up there, and then he meets the kids, who are dressed exactly like Robert Stone and have Robert Stone's little ponytail pulled back in the back. And then I get Denise, and also Denise separately from a bunch of idiots saying that it's Von Wagner's kids. I'm not saying that they won't do it, because they absolutely would. But if they do, it's friggin' stupid. To break up Von Wagner and Robert Stone because Robert Stone realizes that the children he thought were his were actually Von Wagner's children all along. Also, the plate with the little sausages on it. And he's like, "Wow, the little sausage is so good." He's just shoveling into his face. But yeah, no asparagus. And the kids are like, "Asparagus sucks."
They're right.
Why is this on television?
It was so long. And I don't think we're going for Von Wagner is the father of these kids. I feel like we're supposed to take away that Von Wagner is acting like these kids. And the hard thing about that is the kids are better actors than Von Wagner.
Right. Well, yes. But they mentioned that they're being bullied at school by older kids, and Von is going to beat them up.
Yeah.
And Robert
Von
Stone's
is going
like,
to
"No,
assault children.
We've tried to tell our boys that we need to use our words and handle situations like this diplomatically." And then like, "All right, well, if we're all done eating." By the way, Von Wagner is eating the spaghetti made for the children. The adults, I don't know if you noticed that the adults are eating an entirely different pasta with a different kind of sauce and vegetables in it. So he's literally eating the children's food that they prepared. And they say, "Well, okay, well, why don't we just go and get dessert?" And while they're going to get dessert, the Vaughn says to the kids, "What? You give me names of your bullies. Write them down before I go." So the implicit threat is that Vaughn will find the names, beat up children. Vaughn's going to beat up some children.
This is really cool.
This is where you go.
Yeah. Super chats and humper chats. Thank you.
Yeah. And then they bring in the brownies and they go, "Yay, brownies!" And again, they are Little Debbie cosmic brownies.
Small Deborah. We just went over this.
I'm sorry. They're delicious.
Unless they want to pay us.
They're the lowest form of dessert food, but they are delicious.
No, you know what they're like? They're when you go to the supermarket and you get like those just ridiculously frosted sugar cookies that like aren't even fully baked. Like it's one of those.
He wore a suit a month ago, Luis says.
Yeah, no, he's worn normal clothes frequently. I don't know why they're obsessed with figuring out what to do with this guy. Like, it just feels very much like it's going the Dominic Mysterio route of he's not good at anything. So we're going to keep just creating creative that people will hopefully ironically love until he gets really, really over. And it worked with Dom. Now, Dom has gotten better. I don't think he's improved rapidly like everybody likes to pretend, but he has gotten better. This guy's been at the Performance Center a long time, and he's still very not good at this. I don't understand what we're doing here, because they have tried sincerely funny, they have tried goofy funny, they have tried serious, they have tried heel, they have tried face. And it's like at some point, you just got to pull the guy off TV and figure out something else if you're that committed to keeping him around, because none of this is working. I don't know what the hell this was. There are people I know that SP3 that love the cheesy. Love is heavy-handed for SP3 in particular, but enjoy the after-school special cheese of it. They feel like it makes wrestling feel like lighthearted and whatever. And even he was like, "Yeah, no, not for me." The people that set out to try and enjoy it even were like, "What is this?" Which is not good.
Chris Mueller says, "Are Vaughn and Stone the mukbang bang gang?" I hate it.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
Jambeard says Vaughn should have put the kids to the table, or vice versa. One of the two. That
part, the kids should have put Vaughn through the table.
Vaughn, by the way, had a main event. Was on main event. You'll be able to watch it on Hulu.
Oh, will I?
On the main event. I think so. If you would like to, versus Joe Coffey. It would not have been so bad had we not gotten Vic immediately after going like, "Booker T, how about that? It's the feel-good moment of the century. Look at that. What an amazing story. Von Wagner, what an amazing feel-good story Von Wagner is. Von Wagner, what an amazing feel-good story." I just hate when they just lay it on a little thinner, maybe.
I mean, God bless Vic Joseph. He's doing whatever he can. He's throwing everything he can. He's throwing all the sausages and spaghetti to the wall to see what sticks.
Oh, by the way, fun fact: the last time Briggs won a singles match,
July of 2022.
Last June. Was June 2022 against Von Wagner. Yeah.
And JBL was like, "That's the guy."
Wesley came out, cut a promo on how he needs to beat Dom for the title, and Dom just happened to be there.
Yeah, and this was actually, the writing of this was actually decent on both sides, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, the performance was ass from Dominic because he can't actually, he invests no energy or he seems to be reading off of a cue card for the first time the things that he is saying. That is the energy I get from Dom.
Yes. It's very unnatural and bad. But the things he was saying at least made sense, which is an improvement from a lot of...
Yes, until they made the match.
Until they made the match. But I liked that Dominic had said, like, "Hey, remember how you left and now you're just going to waltz in here and walk?"
Right, and you lost to Baron Corbin last week.
You lost to Baron Corbin last week, yeah. Like, why are you here? So somebody with creative is thinking about things. Somebody back there is. I guess their voice is minimized.
But not the same person who booked the match.
No.
Dominic says, next week, you will have to beat 3 former North American champions. And if you win that fatal 4-way match, then you will get a shot at my title at Deadline. But if you don't win next week, you will never get another shot at the North American title because Dominic is the general manager of NXT.
We're doing so well with authority figures on the main roster. Why don't we have one at
Why
NXT?
does he have booking powers?
Why does he have that booking power as well?
Specific booking power.
Yeah, like a stipulation booking power. Not even booking power for himself, right? Not even like I want a match against that guy or I've been challenged to a match against this guy.
No.
This is I'm setting up a match for other people.
Nope.
And one of incredible consequence in that you don't get to fight for the title. And at this point, I thought a gauntlet match. Of course.
No.
Wesley running a gauntlet would be a great idea.
Right. It would be. Against also
Johnny Gargano.
3 heels.
Yes, yeah.
What incentive is there for Johnny Gargano to take this match? For that matter, what incentive is there for Cameron Grimes to take this match? Bronson Reed is fine. All you got to do is book. You're gonna face a former North American champion on Tuesday. And just book Bronson Reed. That's a big enough challenge for Wesley to beat Bronson Reed. That's a big enough challenge. But here's the thing. They say they have to be former North American champions. And in my mind, they kind of have to be heel. So, like, you have Solo Sikoa, because remember that when he was the North American champion for a week?
Yes.
So he's not going to be in it. Santos was never actually North American champion. I thought he was, but he's also doing something fairly important.
Correct.
And Damian Priest. There's a guy who, if Dominic asked him to do this for him, would probably say yes. Bronson would do it because Bronson just wants to squash people. He gets off on beating up people. Why the hell would Johnny Gargano be? Yes, Dominic, I will be a party to your ridiculous stipulation match. Why would he do that? Also, next week, Wes Lee versus Cameron Grimes versus Johnny Gargano versus Bronson Reed. What happens if, let's say, Bronson Reed pins Johnny Gargano? Wesley can never.
And do they get a title shot? Because I have less
They
of
don't.
That's my thing. Is if it's a title shot on the line, I get putting Johnny Gargano.
I believe Cameron Grimes has nothing else to do and would be in this match. I don't think Johnny Gargano was the time of day for any of this shit.
I mean, he's not going to win, but he's synonymous with that title, so that doesn't bother me. And what's he going to do except lose to Imperium or beat Imperium in a not clean way? I get that he's in a main roster program. I get that he's not going to win. It's enough for me that he is the guy associated with that title.
So here's the other thing: is that you're doing this match where there's only one possible outcome, because you're not going to have Wesley lose this match if he can no longer have matches versus Dominic, because that's the program you're going to do for Deadline. Yeah. And when you tell me the 3 people who were in it, we already know it's Wesley pinning Cameron Grimes. That's it. End of list.
Yeah.
Maybe Gargano loses. That would be a terrible call.
No, I don't think
Bronson Reed's not losing. So you're doing. Why would Johnny Gargano throw one punch in the direction of Cameron Grimes? What's the incentive? For love of the game? What the heck? What are we doing?
I mean, if anybody's up for love of the game,
if it's a gauntlet match, I get it.
If it's
Wesley
a gauntlet
has
match,
to beat 3 guys in a row, fine. If he just has to outlast and pin one of the 3 other, if it's an elimination match, I'd even be okay with it. But this is ridiculous. All of this is ridiculous.
If it's a gauntlet match, that makes the most sense. If it's an elimination match, that also makes sense. Or if there was just a shot on the line and it wasn't this Wesley can't ever compete for it again thing, I'm like, okay, well it's still predictable, but it also then still rules because it's just going to be an awesome 4-way. And I'm like, it's a pretty inevitable outcome, but it's at least an outcome that makes sense. And the people in it are great.
Put him in the match. I don't know why they've got to be former North American champions. That's just the thing you made up. They don't have to be. Just
No,
put
but
him in
that's fun enough. I don't have a problem with that.
No, because you can't find 3 heels. I am adamant the people he faces in this match should be heels. Because
I'm not if it's a title shot on the line.
But there's not. So absent the title shot being on the line, they've got to be heels. So if you can't find 3 former North American champions who are heels who could do this, because there aren't, because Swerve is in AEW right now. I guess you could do Ricochet, but he's not a heel. What you could do is just have 3 guys from NXT who are also heels, and then I think you should put on the line then. If any one of these 3 heels beats you, they get the title shot.
Yes. Which
means they're going to be vicious and beating you and beating each other up. Like and make it guys who you think could have who don't get the spotlight very often, but you feel like that guy's got something brewing in there. Put Damon Kemp as one of the 3 guys. Like somebody big who can throw Wesley around, who wants that spotlight, who will fight tooth and nail for it.
Ova Femi.
Yes.
Showing out in this would be a blast. The thing that makes the most sense to me, say they're like, these are the guys we're using, a gauntlet match where Wesley survives Grimes and Gargano, and then the last guy he's left with is Bronson Reed, is a really fun story. Yep. It's the stipulation that makes no sense. It's the combination of the stipulation and these 4 guys. But Alex, if you're worried about how long you might last in your own gauntlet match, because it's a high expectation of performance comparative to the task. Okay, you've got to last for a while in there.
I mean, and also apparently with like 3 back to back, that's
yeah, you got yourself into a situation. There's some positives, there's some negatives in this situation. Okay, there are some things that you've done a great job getting yourself in this position. Now you have to,
because apparently you have booking power. You can book yourself into a gauntlet.
You very smoothly booked yourself into a situation here.
I mean, good for you.
Good for you. But now it's time to perform. Okay, now you've got to last a while to make it through all these situations with all these different people. All right, and you might need someone in your corner. All right, you're gonna need somebody to help you out a little bit. And boy, oh boy, do we have the partner for you.
Is your sex life stuck in developmental? Well, get ready for a call up with Bluechew.com and the code Fightful. Same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but how about this? No awkward in-person visits, no trips to the pharmacy. It's shipped straight to your door in a discreet package. But let me tell you, your package is not going to be discreet when you use Bluechew, and the code Fightful helps to give you that confidence, that performance to take you straight to the main event, if you know what I'm saying. When approved online by one of our physicians, it just arrives straight to your door. You're not going to have people nosing around with what you're doing. And right now, you get your first shipment free when you use the code Fightful. Go straight to the top. You know what I mean. Memorable performance, high spot, whatever other innuendos you can think of. Bluechew.com and the code Fightful.
Do we have more puns we should read?
Yeah, let's do some puns.
Let's do some puns.
Thank
you guys for your support. If you joined a little bit later, just so you know, all of the money for this goes towards the wonderful Lord Kev's doggo's vet bills. They are expensive and climbing, so we appreciate all of the support. And just so you know, happy Thanksgiving. It's going toward a good cause.
Meet Norma says, Braun Wishbone Breaker, the fallen giblet. Athena. For the fallen giblet, Athena. There we go. The Macho Ham, Yammy Savage. And also, shout out to Lord Kev.
Shout out to Lord Kev, indeed.
R. Harris says, was his name the Wazir? I don't know what that is.
The Wazir?
Jim Beard says, fun fact, Bobby Fash was the very first pilgrim. He was there 100 years before the pilgrims. And then
I like our
history. The Valley sells Jam Beard. No, Leif Erikson met Bobby Fish in America. How far back they go.
It's true. They were initially picked for a stable before Adam Cole was ever even a gleam in anybody's eye, really.
Matt Gray Sky says the greatest trick the deviled eggs ever pulled was convincing you they did not exist.
That's very good.
And T Electric Mayhem says Stu Fing Grayson.
Oh, I miss Stu Grayson. Put him in the Continental Classic, people.
So okay. We have some time left. I'm switching up the puns.
What?
Dog puns. Rattle them off, people. I know you got lots of dog puns in you. Let's get them because if everything's going to Lord Kev, let's get the dog puns out there. Come on, people.
My God, you dusty
I've read all of all of the turkey ones.
This is a dusty finish of the pun game. We're gonna switch into dog puns. God bless. You guys are awesome. Thank you for showing out.
So Thea Hale is very concerned because Andre Chase isn't there. So how will she be able to wrestle her match without Andre Chase out there helping her?
I don't know. The other 3 people in her stable.
JC Jane says no. We'll go out there. Also, you're gonna come out to not to Andre Chase music, but like shaking your hips because you're a bad girl music.
Bad girl music now.
And then she has a match with Blair Davenport. It is it's a funny story. You had 2 Iron Survivor qualifying matches, one for the men, one for the women. They have the exact same match. The babyface gets beat down for a while, takes control, and is about to win the match, and then they are distracted and lose. I mean, I guess Briggs is really nominally not a heel, but it's the exact same finish. Instead of Lexus King running out and jumping on the apron, it's a few members of the Chase U student section getting up and leaving, which causes great distress to Thea Hale. But then she turns around right into a finisher. The same thing happened with Carmelo Hayes. This is inexcusable. They're the same match.
It's the same match. Have your agents talk to each other. It's the same match both for qualifiers too. Even like the size disparities are not that different. Like this was the same match. And you can't, I mean, I guess because Mr. Chase is the fearless leader or whatever, and embroiled in a scandal, which we still don't know what it is. Can be started. Like you still have the numbers game in your advantage because there's other people in your stable and you have a whole student section that cheers for you. So that was plain silly. I am glad because I think Blair's going to be able to do some really fun stuff in this match that she was the one to advance here. Agenting the same ending for both of the same matches was, I mean, to your point, the match was essentially the same. Like the story was almost identical. So.
R. Harris says, is it me or is HBK morphing into Vince I'm assuming in his booking patterns? Yes. No, it's not just you. It's a thing that he's trotting out the hits in his own career, but also just the booking paint by numbers. It's just some of the worst.
It's also just this is a problem on the main roster too, and there's a lot of improvements on the main roster. But the distraction finishes and every stable being booked the same is overwrought.
Yeah.
Like it's damage control, and damage control is interesting and they've done a good job building that story out. But like the interference is a lot. Judgment Day, the interference is a lot. The Bloodline, we just got through 2 years of the interference being a lot in every single match, and that's still how Roman won his last match. So maybe this is just because I've been a big New Japan nerd this year and I've seen it done extremely well. Like you have to do that differently across different stables. Otherwise they don't have their own personalities, which defeats the point of having all these stables. You have one stable that you've copied and pasted 5 times. So that just becomes bad editing too, because like there was no need, if you were going to do distraction finishes like this, You did not need to do that in the Heritage Cup then. Like, you didn't need to do it in it anyway, but now it's just like over and over and over again. Like, let that be the way that it should go.
Yeah. I can't wait to wear this on the AEW show tomorrow. It's gonna be.
Sean's
great.
gonna be so annoyed. Sometimes, Turkey Man, you just gotta throw your hands up and say, I don't know what this booking is, you know?
Speaking of we don't know, what's going on with Chase University?
This is so annoying.
Chase University in the news. Andre Chase, erstwhile head of this university, is in hot water. Like, it's honestly, they do the old newsreel voice guy.
Which that I love that
Which is
part.
fine, but like I don't know how you do, like, it's like a 3-minute recap without ever telling us what the hell the scandal is. How do you, like, they danced around it so artfully. I almost respect it. Do you guys not know what the scandal is? Did you decide to have a scandal before you knew what the scandal was? Like, you can't, he has to be accused of something and then deny it. Like, what, why, tell me, why are the student section people getting up and leaving? What are they protesting? What do they think he may or may not have done? None of this makes any sense.
Alex, why does everybody but us know? The student section knows. Last week, commentary certainly knew. Everyone in the news knows.
I don't know.
It's so annoying because I just want to know. And I had turned a corner with Chase U where I was like kind of in its corner. Mostly because justice for Duke Hudson. Okay, they finally make this guy a champion. He's great. Yeah. I'm such a fan of his work. And then he has like a 1-week title reign where I love what we're doing with the family again. That part is fun. Yeah. But like, what are we doing with Chase U?
I don't know. I don't. It's a slickly produced thing, but they don't tell us anything. Next week, apparently, Andre Chase is going to Chase breaks his silence. If they
what do you think it is? Let's play their game. What do you think?
I honestly feel like they're not going to tell us, because I honestly feel like they don't know, and I honestly feel like they don't think that we care. Because I honestly feel like they think that we're stupid.
Well, they definitely think that. So that's not even a question. But it is one of their most over acts. And it did involve Tony D. So I'm hoping, I think it's an embezzlement scandal.
But in how? So he says, you're gonna things are gonna be for the things that you've done and things have been done to us. You gotta make it right. What's been done to them? Here's the other thing. They've moved on entirely to a new feud. They finish out the dinner. The family does. Tony D's family finish up the dinner, and Big Ange is like, "Would you guys like to take home any of this delicious food?" Which is, and he's like, "No, Ange, you take it home. You'd enjoy it. I'm stuffed."
I love that they go. So our little Angelina's an enforcer now.
Yeah.
I love that we know what Aunt is short for, and we know she's an enforcer. Very well done. I sincerely hope, because I actually think it would be a hysterical payoff if the big unveiling is that it's not an accredited university.
Yeah.
Like, if it's the thing we knew all along, I think it would be so fun. And
that'd be fun.
Genuinely would be really fun if it's like, what? This degree doesn't
I don't understand
mean
what has been done. I don't understand what has been done to Tony D then, if that's the case.
Well, he knew, right? He knew. And maybe they got paid off or something. But yeah, it does seem
like you were supposed to throw the match. And if you didn't, we were going to tell everybody what we knew about you, but you pinned us anyway.
Yes.
So now we have to do this again. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
This is good. This is good. Chase U is a for-profit college. It's just a prop for the Tony D's money laundering. It's a front.
Now that would rule.
The whole thing's a front. I love it.
That would rule.
I love it. Jambeard says, scenario from hell, specifically with NXT's history, says Luis. I have a very serious fear, says Jambeard, that it'll be a teacher-student love angle with Andre Chase and JC Jane, and that's the scandal.
I also, by the way, why did we turn... This is kind of like...
I ask this question almost daily. Luca Crucifino, where are you?
We'll get there. Why did we turn them into bad girls if they're not? I honestly think that was right at the Vince Triple H split, though. Like the timing of some stuff is so weird with that. But I'm like, why did they turn them into bad girls if they're not? If that's not the reason this faction is splitting up or whatever, but whatever.
So. After talking about Big Ange, and now she's in Force or whatever.
Hey,
Big
Ange,
Adriana with the pigtails. Hey, and so they go out in the parking lot and are jumped by the Los Perros del Mal. I don't know, what do we call it? Like it's Carrillo. Garza and Carrillo.
Yeah,
and they beat him up and like you will remember who did this to you. And then they drive away.
Whoops.
And Tony D's like, all right, they want a match. They got it. I'm like, cool. Now we know what the tag team title program is for Deadline. Nope, they're doing it next week. Why are we in a hurry? You were like 3 weeks away from the pape. Why are we doing the title match this week?
Maybe they'll run it back. Maybe it'll be like a feud with multiple matches. Can I hear if I could be so greedy? I would like to know the turkey's impression of Tony D'Angelo so bad.
Hey, it's me, Tony D over here. I actually do a pretty good Tony D, if you know what I'm saying.
Hey,
it's Tony D. Hey, I thank you for doing that thing that I asked you to do for me. The thing that you did, not the other thing, but this thing. Thank you.
No, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
D'Angelo.
Oh my gosh! Of course, that's his name. Thank you, Safa.
So maybe the Garzas are getting recalled up, Liz Louise. That'd be a really funny stint in NXT. They've had like 2 matches at this point. Eddie Thorpe defeated Charlie Dempsey, and then Charlie Dempsey and Guru Gulak and Miles Bourne beat him up.
Yeah, they got mad.
I have nothing more to say about this.
It was a really good match. Happy Thanksgiving to you. There was some Tekker work in here that I appreciated. Charlie Dempsey is a weird combination of looking like he is... His gear doesn't match the rest of his look. That, like... You gotta commit one way or the other, I feel like, with, like, the hair and stuff. But then having the old school trunks and the boots feels a little weird. There was a lot of really good work in this match. I really, really like Eddie Thorpe. Like, he hits very, very
well. I thought this was going to be a qualifying match.
Yeah, this was weird that it wasn't.
I don't understand why you book him in the strap match with Dijak and then B to win the strap match with Dijak if you've done nothing with him since.
Yeah, it's weird.
I thought he was taking time off to deal with probably some being banged up from that match because it was kind of brutal. And then he comes back and you say, well, you did such a great job in that thing. You beat Dijak, who also is in the thing that we're going to pick you to be in the qualifying match. And whether or not you book him to win that, I don't know, but he should be in a qualifying match. Maybe he will be next week, but he's doing something with Charlie Dempsey with Catchpoint U, who's not involved in that. But they've also heavily implied Braun Breaker is going to be in a qualifying match. So yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
There's a lot of weird stuff.
It's real weird that this wasn't a qualifier, and I don't understand the impetus of the feud between Catchpoint 2.0 and Eddie Thorpe.
They just decided to talk crap to him last week, and then they made this match, and then he won it, and then they're going to continue the feud.
Yeah, it's weird.
This is what they're doing. So the gimmick still makes no sense to me, but Ariana Grace is performing it well.
Both of those things are true.
Like I don't understand why you have a Miss NXT pageant person unless she's supposed to be insane. Toni Storm is supposed to be insane. That's why her
we talked about that last week. Like, she went insane. She started normal and went insane.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic promo.
Right.
Yeah, it feels like it's getting closer to something that they should have already had played out. Like, she kind of comes in with this, like, can't we all just get along? Like, very Miss America-y thing. And the idea is, it's wrestling. Like, no, we can't all just get along, right?
I did appreciate her, like, speaking truths of wrestling fans who need to shower more. That was nice.
Yes, that was really refreshing. I think if you're a beauty pageant queen and you can use your platform for something, better hygiene for wrestling fans.
That should be it.
It's
You're
like
right.
world peace, right with world peace, better hygiene for wrestling fans are my concerns. And Miss NXT, they got that returning crowd. My goodness. I'm sure it's not great in there. So I'm very glad that this character seems to be leaning heel, because I think it has to go heel for it to work like this. Pageant queen thing has to go heel, and she was kind of like
now she's doing all the fans stink.
Yeah,
so she's definitely going heel. Like that's an immediate thing. This is not on the rundown, but I just had to address it. The continued obsession with Baron Corbin's wealth. Like this, he's not Happy Corbin anymore, but like Ilya's got nobody. You know what he kisses when he goes to bed? His NXT title. I kiss my children on the mouth. Like, it's just the way he doesn't say that, but he implies it. When I'm done kissing my children on the mouth, I play billiards in my billiard room while I drink whiskey from my whiskey cabinet. These are my cards. Like, it was the most weird, like, high, like it's the most weird flex version of Cribs. And I don't know, like what is this?
It got set up through. Let me check my notes. It got set up because Vic Joseph said, like, we're going to explore the lifestyle differences between the two.
Yes, the lifestyle differences between them,
which is
we didn't really get much of. Does Ilya Dragunov just live in like a one-room apartment that has an amazing closet full of brilliant suits? Does he sleep on the floor? Like, what is the thing? What
he always comes out in like very extravagant clothes, and he always looks like he's dressed to the nines. So it might not be extravagant, but it's not like I'm rich, you're poor, heel rich guy thing. Like, because Ilya Dragunov is also usually dressed like extravagantly, flamboyantly, or in incredible looking suits. So I'm just like,
what is
takes the coverage of an NXT
Are you implying
that
Ilya Dragunov steals these suits?
Maybe. Look,
or is it like that amazing episode of The Simpsons you've never seen, where Marge went to an outlet mall and got one designer dress and then used her seamstress skills to alter it several times so she could wear the same article of clothing over and over and over again, but it always looked a little different? Is that what has happened with Ilya Dragunov? Did he go to an outlet mall in Ogdenville and find a perfect suit that he is now then altering over and over and over again? Is that possible?
I didn't see that episode, so I wouldn't know. Freaking jerk.
That's a great episode.
It's my favorite one, Alex.
When we do, because it's a when, not an if. When we do our watch the entirety of The Simpsons, where you watch them for the first time, and then we both talk about it. When we do that podcast, when we get to that episode, it's going to be great. One of your favorites, I'm sure.
Already is one of my favorites. They're all tied for my favorite, Alex. Here's what happened. Everybody, if you watch Friday Nights with me, you know I've been campaigning for a suit from Bobby Lashley for a long time.
Yes.
maybe Ilya Dragunov got to it first, and he went to a tailor that make it much smaller, but looks really good. And so maybe he doesn't have money. He just beat me to Bobby Lashley's suit collection.
It's possible.
Ilya Dragunov, please send me a suit.
Yeah, you could. Maybe you could tailor it. Because you're obviously a fantastic seamstress. But anyway,
I'm no Marge Simpson apparently.
Lyra Valkyria defeated Xia Li.
It was great
with a new move, which is good that she does the new move. It's like a fireman's carry into like a spin to a Michinoku driver type thing.
It's really cool.
I could not be arsed to care about this. After booking, I'm sure it was good. After the angle they ran today, after the rest of NXT did me like it did, after booking Xia Li to lose clean last night, and then having her go back in time to lose to Lyra Valkyria on television taped today, last week for today. I'm happy Lyra won, and I think it's great that Xia Li is getting so much shine, and I just hope that now that they've done all of this work to get her to get to this point, that she doesn't just slide right back down to nothing.
Well, we've been seeing some really encouraging signs from the main roster as far as talent usage goes, and NXT's women's talent usage is always really good. So that is encouraging.
Yep.
Match was really good. I think so. Lyra Valkyria is great. She has a really, really good suplex that she threw in this match that looked awesome. Xia Li continues to lean into her strengths. Xia Li, to me, is a perfect example of people need reps on television consistently. Because when we saw her in one-offs, no offense to her, it just wasn't there. Like, she didn't look great. The kicks were not as well timed as they are now. Yeah, Turkey knows. Turkey D'Angelo knows. Hey, they just weren't as great as when she's getting consistent reps. So, like, she's a really, really good example. Anna Jay's like that in AEW, I find, too. Like, there's a really big difference to, like, I have consistent reps on television quality. And I would imagine because obviously in kayfabe, she's kicking the ever-living crap out of people. She's also doing that a little bit in real life, too.
Yep.
So I would think to be able to deliver those with consistency and tenacity like she does, you would probably want that on television. We forgot to talk about how intensely committed Booker T was to the tea drinking ritual. There you go. Earlier, when she took out, she should have drank the tea, man. She should have drank the tea.
It's true. Sure should have drank the tea.
She should have. It was a tea ceremony after all. But man, he was like that fool.
Ricardo the Turkey Slayer said, "Why would Xia screw up her own title match? WTF, dumb." I think the angle needs to be, if you're going to kick Lyra Valkyria in the head before your title match, possibly then like getting it postponed, I guess. Maybe kick her a little lighter or kick her elsewhere on the body if you want to like soften her up for your title match. It did feel kind of like you kicked her as hard as you could in the head, and like you have hard kicks. So I guess the idea being like, once they clear her, I'll be able to swoop in for an easy victory. And then they don't book those kinds of matches there, Xia. You got to figure out booking trends and do your stuff accordingly. So
that is correct. I thought they were going to postpone it, and I was like, well, that's a clever way of getting around the Becky loss. And then I saw
that would have been great, but no, not on the nope. They could have done something really cool too to get Xia a victory. You have her take out Lyra and postpone that match till next week, and then you have somebody stick up for Lyra, and then have Xia get that victory.
Yes.
So she's actually not on a losing streak going into the championship match. So you have her face. I don't know. They like booking Roxanne to lose things.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Just have Xia beat Roxanne. You can have Kiana James come in and hit her with her handbag, and Yeah.
Hit her with her handbag.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
Her handbag.
Meet Normus asks, WTF was Ryback doing with Shrek? That was nasty. I don't know what that means, and I'm glad to not know what it means. So we're going to move on.
They were smooching on the timeline.
Listen, I don't even want, I don't know what it means, and I'm glad to not know what it means. Don't tell me what it means.
It's a filter.
R. Harris, is it just me, or is HBK booking this crap like leftover Southpaw episodes? It does feel like that a little bit. Okay, here we go. Kim Gray says, wrestling is special to us. I'll forever be thankful for the core memories, the fun we have, and how Fightful is a big part of our life. Love to you.
So much love to you.
Thank
you,
you,
Kim.
Thank you, Kim.
She's awesome.
Bargov says, I usually watch most of the podcast late. I love how everyone at Fightful is incredibly funny and so entertaining. SGS is why I renew select. Thank you, Bargov.
Thank you. And as always, tell Sean that. No, it's very
Do it.
It's the best. It's the most flattering thing you can say to us.
That's the best. Ian Riccaboni says, I'm so thankful for our community. Kate is amazing and Alex is a bit of a turkey. It is true.
Thank you, Ian Riccaboni. I will continue to put over your commentary every week.
Jambeard says, I'm Canadian who doesn't celebrate Turkey Day, but today I am thankful I haven't seen that Shrek and Ryback video. Me too. I haven't seen it either, so I don't know what anybody's talking about, and I will continue to deny having seen it. All right, turkey and dog puns. This will be fun. They're back. Just mixed together now.
I love you guys.
Meet Norma says, green bean Okerlund. That's good.
We had green bean Okerlund on the main channel for something.
Yeah.
No, because I was vegan. You were like veggie puns.
Vegan veggie puns.
Yeah.
Cranberry Martell. Yam Yam Bigelow. Hamhausen. Dalton Casserole. Baron Cornbread. Randy Ornament.
Oh, that's very sweet. Technically a Christmas one, but
Justin Holcomb says the great Killian Dane. Dalmhausen. Dalmhausen. Golden Jetrievers. Big Bill Dog. Not Bulldog.
Please don't insult dogs with this Golden Jets angle. They deserve better. Dogs are wonderful, and this angle is terrible.
Instead of Bulldog, it's Big Bill Dog. Mark Calloway. Chad Beagle. Baron Corgi.
William Beagle, even I would.
Lieutenant Photo says, and this is true, Sean can't disparage the gobbledygrapser.
It's true now. It's true.
Jella Common says, Nation of Dalmatian, which is very good. That's from This Is Ramo. But I love that we have people in our super chat, non-super chats to us, which is very nice.
It's like my favorite thing.
Jella Common says the Bark Order podcast.
Oh, thank you for plugging the Bark Order every Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Right after Dynamite, we talk all things All Elite.
Orion Ben 666 says Dr. Bowser. Dr. Bowser Barker Bark Rough Bark. Dr. Bowser. Oh,
Britt Baker.
Dr. Bowser Barker Bark Rough Bark. There you go. Rough Bark. Ian Riccaboni says Siberian Husky Harris and Terrier Rising. Do you know that one?
I don't think so. Do I?
That Terra Rising. Do you know who that is?
Who is that?
That's Triple H's name in WCW before he became Hunter.
Okay. All right.
Terra Rising.
I thought it. Okay.
Terra Rising.
I knew this. I just didn't know this.
Jesse Ozog says man's best friends. Ian R says Terrier Team 2000.
I think we've made more money off of Techno Team 2000 tonight
than they ever made. Yes. And Jambeards also says Terrier Team 2000. Great minds think alike. Tom LaValle says the Golden Retrievers, not the Golden Lovers, the Golden Retrievers.
Respect.
Jambeard says, I mean, the British Bulldog and Junkyard Dog.
There it is.
And Ian R says, pretty Peter Papillon. And Lieutenant Photo, thank you for your service, says Leon Rough. That's actually Bonkers LFC chatted that, but Lieutenant Photo paid for it. So there you go.
So the best.
All right. We got some jukeboxes, people.
Is it me singing Miles Kennedy over and over again?
No.
Yes.
Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Okay. We'll do that one later. First of all, let's do it. CO sent in a very generous chat for Tiffany Stratton to sing the theme to Paw Patrol.
Let's get it done. 1 second. Super chat document loading. Thank you. Open. Sorry. Thank you, CO, for jumping in and verifying that this is where the money to help with the dog goes, and donating for the Paw Patrol theme. Keep them with the dog goes. Paw Patrol will be there on the double whenever there's a problem. Round Adventure Bay, Ryder and his team of pups will come to save the day. Marshall Rubble Chase, Rocky Zuma Sky, yeah, they're on the way. Paw Patrol, whenever you're in trouble, Paw Patrol will be there on the double. No job's too big.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Am I muted? Did I mute myself? Can everybody else hear Kate? Kate's muted. Kate's muted. Hold on. Okay, so
Why did it mute me?
I don't know. I didn't mute you. Now you're not muted anymore. Now you're fine.
Did you hear my Paw Patrol song?
I heard like only a little bit of it. So you
Paw Patrol. That's basically it.
Paw Patrol.
We'll be there on the double. No job's too big, no pups too small. Paw Patrol. Toodles.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. It got taken out of the chat. That was just what I remembered off the top of my head. So.
All right, here we go. First one. In honor of last night, we get Walter singing the Miz's theme song, as requested by Jambeard. Put this over here. Thank you very much. Yeah, I came to play. There's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees and pray. I came to play. Say goodbye to the good old days. They're never coming back. Watch your future fade. I came to play. Get my dues paid. I guess you had the dream, but it can't be saved. I came to play. I'm here to stay, but get out of my way. I came to play. There's a price to pay. Yeah.
Tom LaValle, we're going to need you to send in something different. While I appreciate the spirit of it, racism isn't ours to make fun of. With the Cody solved racism promo, we will do something else. Sorry.
Okay. This is good. Electric Mayhem wants Dusty Rose to sing Strut by Thumpasaurus.
There you go.
All right, here we go. Here's my strutting, baby. Do. Strutting my way on over to you. You like my strut? I like yours too. Strutting my way on over to you, baby. Seems like these days I got nothing to do. Hit the sidewalk and strut with you. Strutting in the morning, strutting at noon, strutting at night time under the moon, baby. I like you. Hey, you, I like you. And do you mind if I strut for you? If you will. Baby, feel free to strut for me. You got a strut everybody should see. Daddy. That's hard time. See, here we go. Sky Blue Healer. Samoa Doge.
Very good. They have to use part Blue Healer, we think.
All right. Okay. Okay. Regal to sing Dom Mysterio's theme.
Oh no.
Won't that be good for everyone? Won't everyone love that so much? Let's do that.
Este es el tiempo ahora. Now I'm coming for ya. Ya no pueden conmigo. That's why I'm coming for ya. Ya no paro. Yo sigo. And now I'm coming for ya. El estilo peligro. And that's why I'm coming for ya. Booyaka, booyaka. Hands in the air. Ya llego. El misterio. New flow, let's go. New fuego for the 619. Better keep them hands high. Vamonos ahora, no standby. War games.
Okay. Ricardo, the Turkey Slayer, wants Nathan Frazier to do Cody Rhodes' theme. Here we go.
Adrenaline in my soul. Every thought out of control. Do it all to get them off their feet. Crowd is here, about to blow. Waiting me to start the show. They are. Out the curtain, lights go up, I'm home. Whoa! And my father said, when I was younger, hard times breed better men. You took it all away. I give it all away. Can't take my freedom. You'd have changed the game. Banner made of pain. I built my kingdom. Now you bow to me. You took my dreams, but not my name. You follow me until the end. I am my kingdom, and Bob's your uncle.
Nailed it.
Thank you.
I miss that version of Nathan Fraser.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. What is it? We have Meet Norma says, here's another small sack of monies for Lord Kev. I'm thankful for all you people for getting weird on a rainy Tuesday at Meat Castle. Meat forever. Happy Thanksgiving. Do some push-ups. Top meat out. Thank you, Meat Normus. And Funny Rob Bebe says, the Hounds of Thanksgiving. Thank you, Funny Rob.
Thank you, Funny Rob.
Jambeard says, my music choices were chaotic evil. It's indeed. It's very true. Very true. Jambeard says, because of the feels from yesterday, Tiffany sings Thunder Rosa's theme.
Oh. Yeah, that was a nice little reminder, an exchange I got to have with La Mera Mera over there, Miss Thunder Rosa. Where is it?
Moratorium on these things. No more coming in. We're overtime anyway. That was all Sean's fault. But we're overtime anyway, so no more of these. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Where is... There it is. Sorry. Scrolling in the document. Took me a second to find it. Thunder Rosa, coming for Blood and Glory. Now the lights drop, flash moments where time stops. It's like the Matrix in slow motion. I move in real time while you're still frozen. You telegraph every movement. My theories are tested and proven. Want to step up to Thunder Rosa? Gonna chin check it. Throw a punch. I see it coming. Gonna sidestep it. Thunder Rosa, coming for Blood and Glory. Time to fight or fly. Got you gripped with your fear. You're paralyzed. All of this is mine. I will get my hand raised every time. Try to take it, try to take it. You're going to see your times forsaken by design. Thunder Rosa, coming for Blood and the Glory. Toodles.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. All right. You got one more in you back to back?
I can do it.
Tiffany sings the Bluey theme. It's not very long. From Tom LaValle.
Oh, there's another me. There's another
I know.
Tiffy. Okay. Hopefully it won't just mute me in the middle of everything.
I'm not doing it.
Is this just it? Mom.
Yeah.
Dad. Bingo. Bluey. Toodles.
There you go. That's the Bluey theme song.
Bruv. Mate. Since we got Mom in there. And everybody was saying bruv in the chat yesterday.
Very good.
Pipe down, bruv.
Pipe down, bruv. Della Common wants Dusty singing Kiss from a Rose by Seal.
I also would very much like that.
Well, everyone would want to see that. Who wouldn't want to see that? Okay, here we go. Ba-ya-ya, ba-da-da, ba-ya-ya, ba-da-da, baby. Ba-ya-ya, ba-da-da, ba-ya-ya, ba-ya-ya, daddy. There used to be a graying tower alone on the sea, and you became the light on the dark side of me. Love remained a drug that the high, not the pill. But did you know that when it snows, daddy, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can't be seen, if you will. Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the gray. Ooh, daddy, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. And now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the groom on the gray. Hard times.
Someone's got to do Adam Cole's theme.
Daniel, it is. This is great.
Thank you. It is.
This is great.
We'll have to get all about the boom in there at some point so that it's Adam Cole, baby.
It'll be good. Okay. Kate sings Barbie Girl as Tiffany.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Imagination, life is your creation. I feel like Ludwig should do that part.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Imagination, life is your creation. I'm a blonde bimbo girl in a fantasy world. Dress me up, make it tight, I'm your dolly. No? No more help from Ludwig? Okay, it's inappropriate anyway.
I'm not looking at the lyrics.
It's okay.
Okay, this
make me walk, make me talk, do whatever you please. I can act like a star.
Now you're muted again. Why do you do this to yourself? You still there? I can't hear you. Can you talking?
Some connection.
There you are. Okay, now you're back. Okay.
Storming
This
out.
Ian Riccaboni, I love you. This is a hard one. This is an incredibly long sketch. Wants to do Tiffany and the turkey do the parrot sketch from Monty Python. So I guess I guess you will be the owner of the pet shop, and I will be the customer.
Okay. Let's wing it.
All right, here we go. It's incredibly long. Here we go. Hold on. I can't see. Oh, there we go.
Hello, I wish to register a complaint. Hello, miss.
What do you mean, miss?
Oh, I'm sorry, I have a cold. I wish to make a complaint.
We're closing for lunch.
Never mind that, my lad. I wish to complain about this parrot that I purchased not half an hour ago from this very boutique.
Oh, yes, the Norwegian blue. What's wrong with it?
I'll tell you what's wrong with it, my lad. He's dead. That's what's wrong with it.
No, he's resting.
Look, my lad, I know a dead parrot when I see one. I'm looking at one right now.
No, he's not dead. He's resting. Remarkable bird, Norwegian blue, isn't it? Beautiful plumage.
The plumage don't enter into it. It's stone dead.
No, it's resting.
All right, then. If he's resting, well, wake him up. Hello, Mr. Polly Parrot. I've got a lovely fresh cuttlefish for you. If you... I think there's...
There, he moved.
It's much longer than this. We're barely a fifth of the way into it. Thank you, Ian Riccaboni. This is a very long sketch.
It is.
It is. This is twisted. It is twisted. That's good
It's
to
really
know.
messed up.
Mhm.
Toodles.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, that's too far down. There we go. All right, finally. The last one for you, and then you'll be done for the rest of it.
They're on vacation.
Jambeard wants your Ned to sing American Pie. I know how that ruins your voice.
I was going to say, thank goodness this one's at the end because
it's also not a very long song at all.
I'm sending this one that goes out to Drew McIntyre. A long, long time ago. I can't do it. I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my I can't do it anymore. Oh no. That I could make those people dance and they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver. With the paper I'd deliver. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't make one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about this widowed bride, but something touched me deep inside. The day the music died. I think Drew McIntyre should sing the hook.
Singing bye bye, Mr. American Pie. I my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And good old boys waving around a sword that's got their dead mother inside it. Singing, this'll be the day that I die.
Okay.
Didn't even care they lost the pay-per-view. He was so excited to sing that song.
Yep. So excited. Didn't even care he lost. And then he cares a lot a year later. Jim Beard, no. Wants Dusty to do Adam Cole's theme. He's saying it's all for Lord Kev. Here we go.
It is all for Lord Kev today.
You know it's all about the boom. Adam Cole, baby. You know it's all about the boom. Yeah, baby. My name's like a torch in a tank full of propane. Bring heat, build steam. I douse the whole place in gasoline. Who am I, Eddie Kingston? Sky high, bomb tracked. I finally ruptured that jetpack. Everybody bracing the impact, daddy. The radical rolls. You fade black. No, I can't ignore. This is what you've been waiting for. Fire in the hole, and then we shot. You know it's all about the boom. Adam Cole, baby. You know it's all about the boom. Yeah. Adam Cole, baby. Daddy. All time. Okay, fine. Here we go. Okay. Jambeard wants Linda to sing Double J's theme song.
We were having a
Hello.
nice time.
What am I wearing on my head here?
Oh my God, you're so festive.
Honestly, it's true. Listen, this is not the only bird that's going to be stuffed this weekend. I will tell you what.
You're so bad.
I am the worst. I am very much the worst. I am so bad. I am the worst. Hold on. Here we go. The earth is not your place. The pale skin is on your face. If you step inside with me, you will see a king. He ain't dead. He is Jeff. I want him to just read that back again. You will see a king. He ain't dead. He is Jeff. What a horrible theme song for a horrible man. Don't want to hear your big mouth talk. In my world, time to leave my mark. In my world, now the cold in the dark. My world, time to leave my mark. In my world, now the cold in the dark. My world, I get high, low pain. Welcome to the Who's Insane. Hold your lies and accusations. Don't mind you to your situations. My world, time to leave my mark. My world, and it repeats itself. What a horrible man.
What a horrible man. No love affairs with him.
No. Excuse me. I have standards. 8 husbands, boyfriends in the low triple digits. I have standards.
He's worked
they're more like conquests.
He's worked a lot of other places. You know what I mean? So he's frequently grabbing the bag, if you would.
All right, here we go. Okay. I have no idea if this is going to work. I just hope that will.
The turkey did get pardoned because I'm kind to animals. the legs under it is amazing.
Let's see if I can get this to work in any possible way. All right. There we go.
Hello.
Ricky! You got some earrings there, sir.
Yeah, they're the new thing. These turkey leg earrings. Everyone's wearing them. Why don't you have yours?
Great on you.
Yeah.
Guess I'm a little behind the trends here in the United States.
Yeah, no, everyone's wearing them in the UK. Everyone's
I believe it.
Oh, they call them gams. Do you got your gams on?
I don't have my gams
You
on,
got your
but
gams. Yeah.
I hope
So
I hope
Thea
I get them.
wants me to sing the theme to Underdog. Because, dogs.
Of course.
Right, here we are. There's no need to fear. Underdog is here. When criminals in this world appear and break the laws, they should fear and frighten all who see or hear. The cry goes up both far and near for underdog, 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 underdog. Speed of lightning, roar of thunder, fighting all who rob or plunder. Underdog, underdog. When this world the headlines read of those whose hearts are filled with greed, who rob and steal from those who need, to right this wrong with blinding speed goes underdog, 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 underdog. Speed of lightning, roar of thunder, frightening all who rob and plunder. Underdog, underdog, underdog. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bizarro Big L says, challenge for Ricky Rainbow. That's me. Spoken word William Shatner version of Elevated in honor of the All Elite, bruv.
Pipe down, bruv.
Right. Here we are.
Happy Thanksgiving. Feeling droopy.
Elevated. Elevate me to the sky. We're so elevated. Elevated. Elevate me to the sky. We're so elevated. Rising up to the sound of your name in the crowd, calling out for the revolution. Make your way to the crown and remember that sound calling out for an evolution. Calling out, you have found that you're making them proud. Elevated, elevate me to the sky. We're so elevated, elevated. Elevate me to the sky. We're so elevated. Rising up to the sound of your name in the crowd. Make your way to the crown and remember that sound. Or spray, 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 or spray. Thank you.
Crushed it. Nailed
Finally, Jambeard wants Ricky Rainbow to sing Judas by Jericho.
it. Ricky, are you a fan of Chris Jericho?
No.
No?
No.
Neither is my usual co-host. That's funny.
No.
What don't you like about him?
No, I mean, what is there to like, really?
Okay.
He's got, he's just an objectionable human being in every way. All right, here we go. You are beautiful on the inside. You are innocence personified. And I will drag you down and sell you out, run away. I am cold like December snow. I have carved at this stove made of stone. And I will drag you down and sell you out. Embraced by the darkness, I'm losing the light. Encircled by demons I fight. What have I become? Now that I've betrayed everyone I've ever loved, I pushed them all away. And I've been a slave to the Judas in my mind. Is there something left of me to save in the wreckage of my life? My life, I'm becoming. Judas in my mind. I'm becoming. Judas in my mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Ricky. You're a legend.
I am.
We love you. Here.
Also, shout out to Lord Kev. I'm also a lover of dogs. And so I
love it.
know how hard this must be for you. And I'm happy that the SGS and me, Ricky Rainbow, are able to help with the veterinarian bills because I know they can be very hard.
Some of those charges, you don't even know what they're for. You know what I mean? They're like really
No.
mysterious.
Yeah, we know.
It's like a
It's not
mystery
good.
what you're getting charged for.
No,
one might
not
say.
at all. Honestly, I don't know. We have 112 super chats. I don't know how many humper chats. So lots have been raised for Lord Kev, which he deserves it. He's a good man.
He is a good man.
Hold on. Here we go. It's really Brian says, I got invited by Shotzi to an early screening of Thanksgiving last week. She hosted with Scarlett and Cross. Movie was great, but Kate can't watch it. LOL.
No, I barely made it through Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Kate and Alex watched Thanksgiving, which is barely a movie, and there will be a review of it. It was taped today that will go up this weekend. It stars a turkey muppet, a tuppet that has a foul mouth and kills lots of people. It's not a good movie.
It is not a good movie, but we reviewed it, and
We did.
We stretched it out into an hour somehow.
Somehow we did. Tomorrow is Nicolas Cage Day.
God bless.
It's going to be the greatest day ever. When Christian Cage rechrists Nick Wayne, Nicolas Cage, it's going to be the funniest thing ever.
Very much looking forward to that.
Right.
Well, thank you, Ricky.
Well, thank you. Oh, I just realized I'm floating in space. What's happened? I'm a floating head. Oh no, oh no, I'm a turkey. Oh no, keep cool, gabagoos.